Hello, guys. We are live for our first ever Watchalong on this channel. As you all know, I am Andy Davis. I'm the host of the podcast, the Eurotrips podcast, and I also do a few things along the way. We do vlogs on this channel, so if you haven't already, check them out. We do vlogs at many different games in Europe and in England. Games of Chelsea, Arsenal, Borussia Dortmund, Marseille, and at the San Siro, many others. And also NFL content, although that series has come to an end. But we are going to try something a bit different today, and I'm hoping this could be the first of many live watch-alongs of football games. Now, this is something that I know a lot of people do on their channels, the likes of Mark Goldbridge, Expressions Oozing, and many others that do watch-alongs. And I thought, why not bring this to the channel and see whether we can give this a go? Now, this is my first time doing this, so apologies if it isn't the best quality editing in the world or the best quality content, but looking to start off as we mean to go on. Now, again, if anyone, in the comments, do let me know, if there is any sort of thing I can do to change it, or if any tips on how to make it presentable, then please let me know. Because again, I've gone into this really on a whim, and really came to me really probably about 3 hours ago. So I've not really had time to properly look into this. So it'll probably won't be the best edited watch song in the world, but certainly I'm open for giving it a go. And I'm looking forward to hopefully bringing you what should be a great game in the title race. Ryan and I know Ryan might be joining at some point, but again, I don't know whether he definitely will. Even if I can add him, I don't know how these things work. But either way, I think I'm looking forward to bringing you guys plenty of content on this channel. Maybe even a weekly segment, just regular sort of watch-alongs. Because at the end of the day, I'll be watching these games anyway, so for me, it doesn't really make a difference whether I'm doing one here, or I'm watching my iPad, or watching it downstairs on my TV. So for me, actually, while I'm gonna get my iPad actually, before I forget, certainly, this should be hopefully one of many. We'll try and do weekly, bi-weekly sometimes if there's Champions League or Premier League in midweek. I'm looking forward to doing that as well. But when anyone who followed my commentary on Rolling Sports Media had a great time doing that. That obviously that company had to come to an end, but certainly, looking forward to this one. I'm obviously looking to hopefully get some interaction with you guys, and looking forward to continuing my commentary sort of experience and my sort of my experience doing that on this channel as well. And yeah, obviously got the live chat going on here, and yeah, I think there's there's plenty of chance for us to communicate, me and the subscribers, me and you guys, to really sort of get this going. And yeah, I'm hoping for the best. We've got about 12 minutes till the game starts. It's huge because if Arsenal win at the top of the table, currently that is Liverpool after their win earlier today. Controversial fashion, you could say, against Crystal Palace, and Villa. They're right in amongst it. They're one of the surprise team of the season. No one thought they'd be going for a title, and a loss here would probably make it, I think, 5 or 6 points between them and top and Arsenal. But a win for them would move them, I believe, from fourth to second. It would move them at least above City for now, and I believe it'll put them 11. I think ahead of Arsenal. Let me check the table. That's maybe something I should have done before I started this stream. So yeah, looking at the BBC website right now. Obviously, some shocking results today. I mean, Man U losing to Bournemouth 3-0. We'll get onto that in a minute. But yeah, right now, Villa are currently actually third, which I didn't. I thought they were fourth for some reason. So a win for them would move them. I think they'll still be in third place, but a win today would move them a point behind Arsenal. But a loss would move them 7 points behind Arsenal. And I think at that point, you would probably say maybe the title challenge was a bit too much of a stretch. But a win, I think, opens up a lot of doors, especially with Unai Emery being an ex-Arsenal manager, someone who really had his reputation damaged in the Premier League with Arsenal. It would be a real 480 moment, real changing moment for him. The fact that he would be able to go ahead of his, or go close to his form teams with 1 point in them, as they would move just 2 points off top. So it's a big game. I mentioned just then as well, some huge results, some surprise results the rest of the day. I mentioned Liverpool beating Palace 2-1. Brighton Burnley 1-1 draw, which was not good for my FPL team. Sheffield United beat Brentford 1-0, a bit of a shock. Forest and Wolves drawing 1-1, not really a shock. But Man U losing 3-0 to Bournemouth, that is insane to me. I know they've been bad all year, and I'm saying it's fully well with us playing the next week, but I did not expect the start of the day for Man U to be losing 3-0 at home to Bournemouth. I really did not. And I think the pressure obviously is increasing on Ten Hag. I don't know what to make of it, whether I should, because last season, two finals, one trophy, for beat City in the league. Um, and, there was plenty of big wins and I thought a lot of progression. But, since that point, this season especially, it's just not been the same. And Man U, they got history of second manager since Fergie left. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was going to be that sacking of Ten Hag. We had someone in the chat, but now we don't. And people, I'm going to put a tweet out because people need to be made aware of this stream. And I think that hopefully we can get as many of you joining the stream as possible. I'm just going to quickly get this out and about on my phone. Hopefully they can lead to people joining the chat and having some good conversation with other fans along the way. But I'm looking forward to this game. I mean, obviously, we as a Liverpool fan, you can see from my background. If you don't know my story, I'm a Liverpool fan. This game is massive for me. I mean, I'm cheering on Aston Villa, or even I might be cheering on a draw. To be fair, a draw wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. We've got better goal difference than Arsenal, but only by one goal, mind. But yeah, I think that it's it's really good for us if Arsenal can lose this game because let's face it, Villa have been good. They're not going to be. They're not going to be. Realistically, they're probably not going to be in the title race. They're probably going to be more like challenging for top four, which I think they could get at this rate. And yeah, I think that it's massively crucial. And I think with us playing Arsenal in a few weeks, we need to get as many points advantage on them as possible. And I know we've had a lot of disappointing games. We see performances where we've sneaked wins, but we can't sustain this all year long. So I think for us to try and win the league, we have to rely on points dropped. And I think that today will be really helpful if Arsenal could drop points. I think it would really be so crucial to our season. But I'm just going to quickly get the tweet out, see whether anyone does join us for this live stream, because it would be nice to have, I said before, that communication. Let's see how much, do some hashtags, see whether I can get people's attention. I will, in a minute, talk about what I thought on Liverpool on what's been the first 15, 16 games of our season. That is out. That is tweeted out. Hopefully, people will join this chat and join it. And obviously, if you are in the chat, do let me know. Put your comments in the chat, and I can answer any questions you have along the way, before game, after game, whether it's about the game itself or even something that's not even to do with football. So yeah, any questions my way, send them my way, and looking forward to seeing what you come up with. Liverpool, just mentioned then, another win where we've our second in the last 3 games where we've had to do it in a tough way, and I have reservations about that in terms of, I say that I don't think it's always the best thing if you're winning games last minute all the time. I think it's a one-off or a couple times a year. I think you can say, okay, that's how football works, but to be 3-2 down against Fulham with 10 minutes left of the game and to get that win, albeit shows great character, it's not sustainable. And the same thing with today. I mean, we have to rely on a man being down, which I don't believe is a red card. I believe that the second yellow card was the yellow card, but the first yellow card I think was really, really harsh on Ayew, and I think we got a bit of fortune there. Obviously, Ayew doesn't affect the sort of defensive side of things, but either way, a man down, it means one less man to be behind the ball. And I've got to really praise, Harvey Elliott for getting that goal late on. Came off the bench, hasn't really. He's shown signs. I think he's a great youngster to have in the team, but he's not someone that you're thinking, oh, this guy's going to be our next Steven Gerrard or our next, John Barnes. And I think that he, certainly, I think that he has got a future ahead of him. I think it was really good to see him do that today when it mattered. And Darwin Núñez, I've said it before in a tweet today, and I'll say it again. We're not going to win any titles or Champions Leagues if he's our striker up front all season. We can't persist him. If he gets his finishing sorted out, great. Probably second best striker in the league. But without that finishing, that's by the way, that's what your striker should be doing. We aren't going to win big trophies because today he missed a few chances, albeit some of them were quite hard to get to, quite fast balls or difficult angles. But there's been many times this season, Luton game. I know there's other games where we made defensive mistakes, but I do worry about him. And I can't wait for Jota to get back because Jota would have scored probably 1 or 2 of those goals today, and I think that it's a frustrating matter because I think right now, if Arsenal win, they'll be a point behind us, and we all know that if Darwin hadn't scored that, hadn't missed that open goal against Luton, we'd have probably won that game. The game would have been completely different if he'd scored that early on in the game, and it might have been, it would have been 3 points, and we'd be top of the table even if Arsenal won today. So it's frustrating, but we all know the ceiling's there. We all know the ceiling's there. We all know he can be the guy that we signed him for 85 million euros. Right now, he's paid that money to see a guy miss 4 open goals in a month. So for me, I'm looking to see more of him, and I'm hoping that he can sort out his finishing. But I'm hoping that we've got the players there. We've got the attackers there. You've got Diaz, you've got Salah. So I'm hoping that we can maybe win in spite of him. But yeah, looking forward to this game though. Arsenal, they got that late win. They're showing it now on the Sky coverage of the Luton game, which people will say, "Oh, Luton Town, they're you should be beating them." And I know we didn't beat them, and I was annoyed when we drew against them. But a win's a win, and they sometimes you have to win these games early. And unlike Liverpool, there's not many games that have actually won it late from memory. So for me, yeah, it's really fascinating. Villa at home as well. Yeah, really interested to see what happens to this one and see, who wins it. And yeah, it's really, really, really exciting. But I'm just waiting for the game to start. It's currently 3 minutes to go before past. And I think, I think this should be a great game. And I want to get your predictions in the chat. If any of you are on this chat today, do give your predictions. Scoreline, who's going to win, maybe even first goal score if you're feeling like it. And yeah, the players are walking out in Villa Park. Looking forward to this one. Yeah, should be a great encounter. I'm going to wait for a bit longer to see whether Ryan joins us, and hopefully we can have a great game. And obviously he's an Arsenal fan. If you aren't aware of our podcast, do check it out. We do weekly football content most of the time. There are some weeks where we can't always do it because of travel or just because of busy schedules or certain things going on in our own lives. But yeah, it's all about football. We do touch on mainly Premier League. We did a bit of Bundesliga, La Liga, Liga, and Serie A in the past, but we tend to keep the Premier League now because that's what we know. But of course, we do. I mentioned before, we do vlogs at live games at European grounds, and looking forward to doing some more of that next year when we're back on the road again, back doing football content again in Europe. Looking forward to that one. And yeah, lots of content like that. Obviously, Naim as well as Ryan, both Arsenal fans, so very Arsenal heavy contingent on the podcast. I'm of course a Liverpool fan, as you can see in my background. So we bring a bit of that. Done a few top tens recently, top 10 players in the world, top 10 or starting lineup of most underrated players, so overrated players in the Premier League right now. Speaking of teams, let's look at this for the team right now. Unai Emery, of course, against his former club as manager. No real shocks in goal. Milo Martinez keeps his place between the sticks. They're showing the back four here. No Matty Cash, but you've got Concert right back, Diego Carlos, Pau Torres at centre back with Lucas Digne at left back. Midfield, they're going for midfield four by the looks of it, with Leon Bailey, Boubacar Kamara, Douglas Luiz, and John McGinn, who might be a diamond formation here. I'm not sure how it's going to work. Tielemans is looking like going to go off. Ollie Watkins, not sure what the formation is right now. It's confused me a little bit. Ollie Watkins, of course, is up front. He will probably announce the teams. There we are. So yeah, 4-4-1-1 by the looks of it. John McGinn left midfield, they're saying here. I'm not sure about that, but I'm sure they'll be moving around a lot in different places, and it won't matter too much about that. Arsenal lineup is being shown right now. Let's see what they go for. Keeper's been a massive talking point in recent weeks. David Raya had a poor game against Brentford and against Luton's had a few difficult games recently. Ramsdale insinuating in the wings for his chance to get a starting position again. Back four, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel Zinchenko, pretty much as you'd expect. No real shocks there. Odegaard, Wright, and Havertz. I'm loving the form of Havertz recently, getting a few goals. I think he's going to score today, if I'm honest. And then Saka, Jesus, and Martinelli. That's pretty much as you expect from that team. No real shocks. Obviously, Trossard, I think, a player that I like, but you can't really not play those three players up front. Jorginho, Reece Nelson, El Nene, Cedric, Nketiah. I think we'll see Nketiah at some point in this game, and Trossard as well. Jorginho, if the game needs to be wrapped up. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. I'm going to go for a 1-0 Arsenal. I just think that Arsenal, I think they'll make it tight, but I think it'll be a tight game. Um, and I think Arsenal, they've showed it in recent weeks. They've won games late. I think they'll do it again. I think they're in, from honest, title-winning form. So yeah, I think that they will have a difficult game, but I think they'll ultimately win the game by 1 goal. And I'm going to go for 1-0. Also, I'm going to quickly have a look around and see whether I can get myself a way to edit the screen to make it more user friendly. But again, I don't know how I do that. So if you are watching this stream, then do let me know how I can change this. I don't know whether you need a certain amount of subscribers or not. I don't know what that rules are with that. I'm going to see whether I can edit the screen. Customization, would that be it? No, that's not it at all. So I don't know how it works, to be honest. But yeah, either way, the game has started. And yeah, looking forward to this one. It's, yeah, I think Villa, you've got to really praise Emery's for where he's done this season, where he's got his team, to third place right now. Where there's a chance early on there. I think Havertz was it. I'm not sure who it was there left, but Emery, you've got to really praise his start to the year and what he's done with his team, and really what he's done since he joined the team just over a year ago. I'd love to see what the table would be from the time he joined up to now. We've got manager of the year so far. There's nobody else. I mean, if they stay up, Rob Edwards has got to be in with a shout to draw with Liverpool and almost draw with Arsenal. Big results there. They're starting to pick up wins as well against the smaller teams. They beat Everton. They beat Palace. So for me, yeah, Luton Town, I think I've always said since the start of the year they're going to stay up. And I think they'll find a way. Everton, of course, shouldn't be in this position because of the points deduction, but they're thereabouts. But I think they'll be absolutely fine. They look pretty good. They'd be 10th if it wasn't for it. So they're in good form. There is a corner to Villa here. We're only 1 minute and 15 into the game. Leon Bailey's taken it. Now, he scored, of course, against City on Wednesday. A lot of men in the box here. There's at least 5 of them surrounding David Ryan. I think they have to because or referee's telling them to, I think, back away. But they have to target him because right now he's not a keeper in form, and they want to try and capitalise on that. Referees talking players and Conser and McGinn seem to be defending themselves here, but they are awfully close, and Odegaard is pointing it out to him, and they are surrounding Raya a lot. But Bailey will take this corner, takes it in, and that's actually shocking corner, mind. It's not even beating the first man. I'm just going to turn up the volume. But yeah, absolutely. This is that was a really. I hate these corners where it is, it goes past it doesn't go past the first man, because that surely has been something you've learned from a kid how to take corners, and obviously not everyone takes corners, but if you're the designated corner taker, you should be pretty good at them. So they should have a lot of experience in that. So not even beat the first man. I don't think I ever saw that when I was a kid watching football. This many games where there's a corner that doesn't beat the first man. And Liverpool have been guilty of it a lot of times it's certainly in the Klopp era of not, or even under Rodgers and before that, never been good at taking corners. And yeah, it's something that really bugs me because that's surely one of the basics of football. Get the cross, get it in the box, beat the first man. That should be just the basics. But right now I've not seen really too many chances in this game. But there's a chance forming now potentially. Ollie Watkins was targeted with a long ball. I believe it was on Pau Torres, but in the end it was dealt with well by Raya. But he's got to really be careful because he himself capitalised on poor form from Ramsdale to get the spot. So Ramsdale, who himself capitalises on some poor form from Bert Leno to get in the team in the first place. So Raya's got to be careful. He's only on loan as well. He'll want to make his move permanent because Arsenal are a Champions League team. He'll want to play Champions League football every week. But, they can't keep making mistakes. And if Benfica continues to do well, if he does well, and Raya struggles in Arsenal, he may not get back in the Brentford team. So it's a really crucial part of his career right now. A little bit of a crossroads, I think, for his Premier League career. Um, but yeah, nothing's really happening so far. No real clear cut chances. But Kamara's had the ball now, and he's not been fouled. He decided to play on. I didn't think there's much in that, to be honest. And the other end, there's a brilliant tackle which stopped Arsenal in their tracks. And to play it down, I'm hoping it's not Watkins. I've just put him in my fantasy team. Literally, I transferred him in yesterday for Johan Visa. Now I can afford him. I put in Cole Palmer 2 weeks ago. I don't know who that is, and I don't want to be the guy that talks about his FBL team. Watkins, I don't think it's Watkins. He almost had a chance there. He went for a shot, defected, but he's got the ball back, and he's going to twist and turn past Ben White. And in the end, Gabriel clears, and Odegaard in the end gets it clear. But it's not really gone far. It's gone back towards Aston Villa again, and Pau Torres, who had an interesting game a few weeks ago. He's been, I think, pretty impressive in his first year in England, I must admit. Not that I've watched Villa an awful lot this year. A lot of travel this year I've done. I've been in America, been in Dubai recently, so not really had too much time to watch every game. Other things have gone my way. Doing the London games in the NFL, a lot of Sundays where I've done that and missed games, and so last year the same thing. I went traveling last year as well, but my traveling is pretty much over now in terms of big trips. Only long weekends for the channel, really now. To be honest with you, I'm looking forward to getting a routine back in the UK and then getting back into routine of going to games in Europe, because we did that in 2021, 2022, and it was great. So looking forward to doing that again. But a chance fell to Saka just before I started talking about my traveling. Didn't talk about the time because it didn't really, nothing happened, but it was a crossing from Martinelli, and Saka it was just too far for him at that time. But yeah, still 0-0 in this game. Only 5 minutes gone. A lot of time left to do, and I'm hoping more of you can could enjoy it. More of you can enjoy this chat, and we can sort of get in towards my story about how I got into football, how Liverpool fan, how that came out. I live in Wales as well, so that story is quite interesting. I do have family ties in Liverpool, just to clarify. The chance for being here now, I think it's Bailey here. He's caught his right side, crosses in. It's fine, John McGinn. It's a goal for Aston Villa. It's a goal for Aston Villa. And that is absolutely massive for this Premier League title race. John McGinn has scored the opener 6 minutes into the game here at Villa Park. It's absolutely fantastic for them. The home crowd have gone extremely wild as Villa take a lead against Arsenal. What a start for them. I was saying before, there's no real clear chances. We've now got one through John McGinn, and that is really a real composed finish from him. Take a touch and score, top left corner. John McGinn, who's always been a player I've been a big fan of. He's now Villa captain. Brilliant. And that's a brilliant start for Villa. Well, there was a nice bit of play on the right side, a 1-2. Eventually, I believe, I can't quite see from this angle, I think it was Leon Bailey. But he went one way, went the other way, found John McGinn with a pass, and he took one touch before spinning around and shooting. What a fantastic finish. Yeah, with Bailey, step over, crossed in, McGinn, took a touch, turned around, took a shot, and finished with ease. And that is a brilliant, brilliant finish from the Scot. Of course, someone will be a big part of Euro 2024. Oh, that not quite as top left I thought on Raya. To be honest, I mentioned before, it's not the best keeping from him. It seemed to go quite near him. He could have got to that, I think. And I need to watch it again to really have a proper opinion. But right now, it looked a bit questionable. I'm not going to lie, but I'd have to see it again, either a half time or some point during the game they might show it again. But brilliant for Emery. He had a bad time at Arsenal, didn't live up to his expectations. After failing at PSG, carried on in Arsenal, and he had done a fantastic job since at Sevilla. Now, where was it? Was it Sevilla or Villarreal? Even sorry, and then Arsenal, and then Aston Villa. Yeah, fantastic job from him and Villa. I think they're definitely going to be somebody to look out for a contender in the Conference League. Third in the Premier League at the moment. A team that's got a Europa League, albeit Europa League, not a Conference League, but Europa League expert in Emery. and got to final with Arsenal as well. Got to Champions League semi-final with Villarreal. This guy knows how to win Europe. He's a fantastic manager, and yeah, I'm happy for him that he's might get the win here. But Odegaard has got the ball and Havertz 1-2 with him, but they couldn't get the shot away properly, and Villa couldn't clear lines. So it's back with Arsenal through Martinelli. But in the end, that's brilliant defending from Diego Carlos. I think it was Carlos. And they were playing around the back here, very dangerous. Arsenal putting a lot of pressure on them, but they've dealt with it well. And Digne will get this clear to Watkins, who hasn't really had a sniff so far in the opening 9 minutes. Obviously, he was in the box and McGinn scored, but McGinn got to it before him and got the goal. But I'd say brilliant. And yeah, Villa, already now back on the front foot. Arsenal got a throw in here. It's about 9 minutes gone, and annoyingly, I put in Saliba in my FPL team before the Luton game. So far, no clean sheet in either game. And the game before that, he got a goal, which is why I put him in. So far, not doing anything. But we have got people in the chat now, I can see. So if you're on the chat, do put something in the comments so I can find out who you are and have a little chat with you. If you want to ask any questions as well, do let me know in the comments. Looking forward to having a chat with you. But yeah, this is still 1-0, still Villa. Real surprising opening stage, really. Nothing really has happened apart from the goal. But, we are in early stages. We are in the early stages here of this game. It's not anywhere near being finished. And I know I said 1-0 Arsenal, but I do feel that this game has got so much more to offer. But I'm looking at the replay now as we speak. I'm going to have a quick look over this goal to see whether, sorry to interrupt that then, see whether it was poor keeping from Raya. Perfect replay now. Perfect opportunity to see it again. Oh, I think he could have got to that. If I'm honest, I think I was questionable goalkeeping there. But we'll take it. We'll take it. Right now, we want Arsenal to lose this game, and right now they are. So yeah, a lot of time left. And yeah, obviously not just the game we're seeing now, but any other games that went on today. I'd love to get people's thoughts on that. Again, really shocked by the Man U result. I don't think that was something anyone thought, especially at Old Trafford. I think Ten Hag has got to be looking over his shoulder. I think that next week, if he is still in the job next week, I think that a perfect chance for ourselves to get the win. But I think also I know we were the last game for Mourinho, Man U, when we beat them at Anfield. Now I think we're at home. I need to double check that. But if we are at home, I think we could really put the pressure on them. But I don't think you should at any point be assuming you're going to win a game against Man U, no matter what form either side's in. I know we've given Man U a few tough games when we weren't doing well and they were chasing titles and all that. So for me, it's one of those games. Same with Everton games. You can't really ever look into form. Form goes out the windows for these games. Any big derby, form goes out the window. Through ball there, didn't find anyone from Arsenal. But these games, we can't take it for granted. And, I know we've had some success in recent years at Anfield, especially against Man U. But even without, we can't take that for granted. We have to still treat it as if we're playing Barcelona in their prime or City in their prime, or City now, really, to be honest. So, we have to treat them like that. And I think that we have to just go into it as if it's a game that was going to win as a trophy. So for me, obviously nerve-wracking one for me. Biggest rivals to my team. My brother's a Man U fan as well, so he won't be with us, but always add that little bit of rivalry for me as well. And I'd love to get people to want more of you go in the chat, give my story about how I'm a Welsh Liverpool fan, really. Looking forward to that. But Arsenal now have got a chance, and Odegaard puts in the most dead ball I've ever seen in my life. That was literally one of the worst balls I've seen from anyone, let alone Odegaard. Way too heavy from him to try and get Saka. Right now we're quarter of an hour into the game, and it's still 1-0 Aston Villa. And it's right now, you got to say they probably deserve it. No one's really taken this game by the blood of the horns, but certainly Villa had their one clear chance. They took it, and right now more prolific. But they've not really had many chances, really, apart from that. But either way, it's certainly, I said before, but certainly not over. Absolutely not over. There's a lot of time left in this game for things to change. Arsenal on the ball now. Of course, they are on their green and black kit, which is definitely Spit's opinion. I think I do all their kits really, but particularly this green one. They're on the ball now as we speak in a luminous green, and a ball I think there's a mix up between I don't know who was with Saka, but Saka and the other player just couldn't communicate, and the ball ended up being passed to none of them in the end. But yeah, should be exciting finish. I'm looking forward to this one. Yeah, obviously once we get more of a chat, we can have more of these chats and prevent more of the gaps in our commentary. Right now, we are building from the way down, and hopefully we can build this channel up. But it's this kind of games you want in your season. You want this kind of game, especially around Christmas time, where people are starting to finish work for a few weeks in the office. It's great time to have these big games, and of course, no one thought start of the year Villa would be involved in a title affecting game in December. But this is where we are, and Villa right now are going to move still in third place, and they'll be third place regardless of what happens at City Luton tomorrow. And they'll only be a point or two off the top. So yeah, and obviously Arsenal can win, they can go back to top. Of course, Liverpool fans like myself and Liverpool players are going to be watching this game with a keen eye and hoping that Arsenal do drop points. And brilliant for Watkins, he kept the ball in. Our manager went a throw in as a result. Brilliant from him there. But yeah, I want to ask you guys, one people are joining chat. Do you want it to be a live play-by-play sort of stream? Do you want it to be a watch along? Chancy form to Arsenal. Looks like a foul pinching the build up, but they're keeping on with it anyway. Saka's got the ball. He's cut inside left, and it's wonderfully blocked there. And Rice has won the ball back. That's absolutely fantastic from him. He's won the ball back and kept it. Saliba's cross, and it's gonna potentially lob Martinez, but over the bar by a lot. Declan Rice, I've got to say that the money came in for him. People thought it was a lot of money. So far, he's proved exactly why they paid the money for him, because Scott's got the winner, of course, in 2 games. If you count his goal against Man U, or it might be an O goal, I don't know. But there was a brilliant Havertz with on a replay there with a really high tackle, and I don't know whether VR's can go back on that. But going back to the Rice thing, there was a point in this game just then where he literally won the ball back in the most tight situation, and then found a way to get it to his teammate. I think it was Saka who found it too. Just absolutely fantastic, and these kind of things you want from Manu Venom. I think almost straight away proved within the first 6 months that he's not going to be a flop. He's going to be a guy that was worth the money. Like when we bought Van Dijk, or when Manu I've got Van Persie, which back then was a lot of money. Sometimes you have to just pay the money, and it will work out for you. Arsenal just playing around the back here, like Villa were earlier, but they've managed to evade danger. But Villa are putting, again, like Arsenal, were somewhat pressure, not as much as Arsenal, but putting some pressure on them here. But they're going to move away from the box in there, already on their own counter attack of their own, and they've got the ball. It was with Martinelli, but he tried to find his teammate, and that was not really what a pass you want to see from him. But Jesus has brilliant work to win it back. Absolutely fantastic. But nothing really happening in this game, really, since the goal. It's been a game barren of any clear-cut chances in this game, and I'm hoping for a better game come rest of the remaining 70 minutes in this game. 65 minutes left in this game. I want to see more, but at the end of the day, I'll take anything anyway of Arsenal losing this game. So for me, I will take I will take them as born game in the world if it means Villa winning this game and Liverpool staying top of the table. I want to get Aston Villa. I actually want to find out Aston Villa's next few games, because I think could be a really crucial part of their season, because they've already played City. They've played us really early on in the season. They're playing Arsenal right now. Let's have a look. So you got Arsenal now. They've got Europa Conference League on Thursday, and they've got Brentford, Sheffield, Man U, Burnley, Burnley FA Cup, Everton, Newcastle, Sheffield, Man U. So really, most of those games are pretty winnable. You look at this game's over. We're excluding this game because we don't know how we'll finish. But Brentford, you think at least a point. Sheffield United 3 points there, so that's 4 points. Man U probably lost one of those 2 times. Maybe a draw one time. I'll give them that's 5 points. Villa Burnley, probably a Villa win. That's 8 points. Same with Everton, 11 points. Newcastle, probably a loss or draw. Let's go 12 points. 15 points. They'll win against Sheffield again. So by the time they play Man U on February 10th, that's 15 points they could earn, and that could really boost them. 15 points now would mean they'd have at least 47 points. That's well over the magic survival mark. Not even before March. So for me, absolutely, they should be very excited about this for their season. Arsenal got the ball back there. They had it in the box originally, but they've managed to go back out now. And Villa defending really well. And McGinn putting a lot of work in there. You just want to throw in for Arsenal, but great defending from him, great interception and great block. I'm just seeing now as we speak. Bayern lost 5-1 to Eintracht Frankfurt. Incredible result there. Leverkusen, how did they do? Leverkusen, their result isn't on here. I don't know how they did today, but yeah, interesting at the table. That's really shake things up. They must have played because they're on the same amount of games as Bayern. So they must have won or lost or something. And yeah, amazing stuff. So yeah, Leverkusen lead the way with 35 points, Bayern on 32. Amazing stuff. And I'll check the other leagues in a minute in the Bundesliga and I thought in Liga and Serie A. Nothing's really happening. So I'll do it now because nothing's really happening in this game. PSG are top, 3 points clear. They had a game less than Monaco, who are in second. They've won all the last 5 games. That seems like it's going to be once again one of those one-sided affairs in France. Now Madrid are top, but only a point clear of Girona, who have played a game less. So that could all change. Obviously, I don't know whether these games are going on right now or not. It's not really saying it. Syria, so that obviously the table could change later on. Juve, Inter Milan, just 1 point between them both. Inter played a game less. AC Milan, Napoli are well behind. They're 12 points behind with same amount of games played as Juventus. So they're not going to win the league again. That might just be a one-off, if I'm honest. I want to look at this Brazilian league because I think Santos got relegated. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, they got relegated, and that's something that I didn't expect to ever see from a club like Santos, who, of course, Pele played for, famous for that. Palmeiras look like they're winning the league, or they have won the league, I should say. 20 teams. Yeah, Palmeiras won it. 2 points clear of Gremio. Wow, looking at 66 points. So there was only 6 points between first and fifth. That's incredible. Unbelievable. Let's look at the championship. Let's look at that because I feel like that's always a league that pops off and has extremely crazy results. So yeah, Leeds beat Blackburn, West Brom lost to Sunderland, Leicester won 4-0 against Plymouth. I'm so surprised indeed he still didn't move because he was linked with all these big clubs when Leicester were in their pomp and the Rodgers. And I'm amazed that he's not actually, made that move because he's too good for the championship. I don't know. I didn't watch Leicester enough last year to really know. Other results, Huddersfield drawing against Bristol, probably a surprise result. But no real shock ones. Look at the championship table. Before I do that, actually, it's a free kick happening right now for Villa. It's around about the 25-yard line, outside the box. Douglas Luiz, who's got history, John McGinn are both on it. Now I'm going to wait with bated breath here. It's going to be McGinn and it's blocked. It's back towards Luiz, who has a shot. But in the end, I didn't see the player coming in for Villa. It looked like Saka might have had a counter attack of his own. But, in the end, they did well to clear. But they've got it back here now. And I don't know how it was then, but he tried. I can't work out whether he was trying to pass it or shoot it, but almost fell towards Watkins. And a foul's been given here against Arsenal. So looking back at the table, Leicester still top with 49 points, Ipswich 48 points, Leeds 41 points, Southampton have got 38. So really, it seems like it's going to be potentially both of those teams going automatically up, but it's just 8 points separating fourth and seventh. So there's a lot of time for things to change. And of course, we are only 20 games into this championship season, so there's probably plenty of chances where this could change. We know how teams often, multiple times in championship in history, have been in the bottom 3 or bottom 10 or bottom 5 in January and gone on to make the playoffs and go up. Or sometimes after the first month or two, they're bottom of the league and then they end up winning it. And I know Roy Keane did that with Sunderland. I think it takes a few games where in final form. Transformer now is forming to Arsenal here. Jesus has picked the ball up from Odegaard, but he's now gone back to Odegaard in the box here. And Jesus, go back towards Declan Rice. And Jesus now has Saka on the overlap. He's got Saka on the overlap. Saka crossed it in, and in the end, brilliant defending from Villa. Offside claims by them have not been given, and play honest seems to be the word. Declan Rice, his pass is misplaced, and now Villa can clear. Douglas Davies is screaming forward here, and referee does in the end call for a foul and a free kick, which is probably a take one for the team moment for them. But yeah, 20 games gone in the championship season. Still a lot of time left to go, and we're really intrigued by what happens with that one. Stoke scary near the bottom, and QPR, both teams win the Premier League in the same season 10 years ago. Sunderland won. They've got no manager at the moment. I'm intrigued actually, honestly, what the SPL's like, because that's not something I've even seen a single table thing on that. Not as usual. I don't watch any SPL, so for me, I don't know. I see the results now and again. I don't think I've even seen that recently. Oh yeah, pretty much as you expect. 5 points between first and second already. Looks like it's going to be a one-horse race again. Brilliant, great SPL. Now FPL teams. Now I'm intrigued what everyone's going to get with that. Salah was one in my team. So unless Haaland plays, he won't be getting any vice captain points, double points. Obviously, got Haaland, Walker, and Edison tomorrow. That should hopefully be an easy set of points there for me, because Luton aren't going to beat them. It's the reason why I put Kapoor as my third choice sub, as well as injury. Can't play against him anyway. But before I realised that, I put him there because I knew that if he was playing, then he wouldn't stand a chance of getting any clean sheet points. And it's very rare that he'd probably get a goal or assist in that game. So yeah, I got Cole Palmer, Jared Bowen. Who else have I got to play tomorrow? I've got Watkins playing right now, as well as Saka and Saliba. Obviously, I mentioned Edison. I think that is it. I had Madison start the year. He's obviously injured, so he's not going to be getting any points for me. I'm not in my team right now. I'll probably get him back eventually, but I have to just probably. Oh, I got Anthony Gordon. I put him in for Mbeumo, who's injured. I'll probably replace Gordon for Madison when he comes back. I think he's back in the new year. He has to go in. He was my most consistent point scorer besides Salah and Haaland start of the year, since I put him in, I think, week 2 or week 3. I'm not taking him out since until he got injured. So he'll be going back in the team some way or somehow, even if it means sacrificing Ollie Watkins, putting in maybe Isaac or something. Either way, it's going to be hopefully more points than me. But there's a terrible clearance there from Martinez. But thankfully for him, is Arsenal are playing it back towards their goalkeeper. Declan Rice with the back pass. And Raya here, in the end, finds Gabriel, and it's not the greatest ball there from him. But yeah, so far we are almost half an hour into the game. Very much still all to play for, really. Not really too much to really talk about. No real talking points in this first half, but might be here because Villa are on a move of their own. But yeah, absolutely, still very much early days in this game. And Neil Bailey I thought he was trying to delay the game. It looks like he's injured, hobbling a little bit, but they played on. I thought maybe they would have stopped then. They're carrying on. And they've got the ball now with Kamara. And a great turner from Bailey, and Zinchenko has fouled him in the process. It will be a free kick to Villa. Yellow card has been given as well to the Ukrainian, of course, former Man City. I always wonder how him and Sterling must have felt last year, seeing a team they left just a year before, their first season away from the team, and to see him win the treble. Sterling especially, because he left Liverpool to win trophies. I know he won, 4 or 5 Premier Leagues he's won during his time there. I just think that ultimately, that's probably, obviously his best chance came in 2021 when he got to the final against Chelsea. But, I always wonder with him, it's like, does he sit back and does he must not regret the move, because it was to play with Pep and all these players, or not the first year, but playing with like Aguero, David Silva, play them over Ricky Lambert, Balotelli, you can't really argue with that. And I'd never really these days have any real hatred towards him. I know some people think differently, but I wonder how he feels. And a lot of players have done this over the past. You look at the likes of Michael and leaving Liverpool. Year later, they win the Premier League. So win the Champions League. Coutinho left Liverpool to win trophies. Ever since he's left, we've won every trophy apart from the Europa League that we could possibly win. It's other players as well. Like David Seaman left Arsenal the year before the Invincibles were a thing. Was actually playing for City that season. Had to retire halfway through the season. There's loads of players that have done this. They've left, and Harry Kane was someone they were talking about at one point when Spurs were top of the league, as to where maybe he could have that same thing happen to him. But thankfully now, with what happened against West Ham in midweek, I just don't think they're going to be. I think top four still thing they could get, but I just don't think they're anywhere near a team that can go on and win Premier League unless they get someone else in instead. But it's nevertheless a fantastic achievement for them to get back in Champions League. I think the manager who to lose Harry Kane and be top by 5 points at one point, and to be in a top four race when everyone thought like myself they're going to be probably finishing eighth or ninth really is fair play to Ange, but they keep dropping points right now. They've got to be careful of that. Here come Arsenal as we speak. Saka finds Ben White, and in the end, the cross was absolutely done. And I know that was why I think referees call offside. As we reach the half an hour mark. So yeah, nothing really happening in this game. It really disappointed me. I thought I was getting more of a blockbuster game, but right now it's not particularly working out. But not every game can be a thriller. Let's be honest, not every game can be a thriller. It's part of football. I always, if you don't know, I'm an NFL fan, and people always say, "Oh, I love these games where it's 54-51 or 45-47 or stuff like that." And I always say that that's obviously great, but you wouldn't want that every week. You know what I mean? Sometimes you quite enjoy the tight games where it's tense because you don't know where the next goal is coming from or the next touchdown's coming from. A good mistake there, and oh my goodness, Saka almost scored, but it was a really bad mistake from McGinn. But they lost the ball again here. Saka got the ball now in the box. He's going to cut inside, and he went for a shot, really an Iron Robin-esque sort of effort, but straight at Martinez, and it's a goal. It's a Villa's ball again. But Villa really there had a few times where they just completely just lost their footing and just kept losing the ball. And there's twice that Arsenal could have scored in that game, but in the end, didn't need to matter because Martinez, it was an easy attempt for him. And as we speak, the replay didn't show it, but there was a chance that Bell to Watkins. He took a shot. First thing you saw on the coverage was a shot by Watkins. Don't know how that came about, but he almost got the goal. He's got a good record against Arsenal, 4 goals in his career against the Gunners. So he definitely scored last season. So for me, it's that's why I put him in this week. I thought I keep Vita because they're playing Sheffield United, and a good thing I didn't because he didn't get a goal or assist. But I thought with Ollie Watkins against the likes of Arsenal, who he has got good history against, I thought it was a good chance. And with him being one of the top scorers in the league right now, it seems a must to me. Let's have a look at the top scorers actually in the Premier League to see. I've not checked this in a while actually. Who's leading the way? So Haaland leading the way as you expect, 14 goals. Salah 11, Son 9, same as Bowen. Watkins 8, and Hwang Hee-chan also 8, as well as Dominic Solanke. So a lot of surprised people on this list. And Webbo 7 goals, Anthony Gordon 6 goals after his really poor first 6 months at the club. He's really turned things around there. That's why I put him in the FBL team. No other news really. I can see obviously Salah got his 200th Liverpool goal in the Palace win. I thought that was a really good achievement for him. I think it puts him 5th in amongst all-time Liverpool goal scorers. But whilst I do that, Arsenal got a chance here. It's Saka to Odegaard in the box. He shot and it's just wide. The first real chance that's fallen to Arsenal fell to Odegaard's way. It was good work from Saka, and I think it was originally Jesus who kept it in. Saka, front Odegaard, edge of the box. He took a shot and it's wide the goal, but really just a tiny bit to the left, and it could have been a goal or could at least hit the post. But yeah, absolutely Brilliant chance there for Arsenal. Good shot there from Odegaard. There's apparently been a wonder goal in the Sheffield Brentford game. McAtee got the goal. Now I don't know what that's like yet. Judging from the picture, it's going to be a good goal. But I want to wait till I see that later on the highlights. I don't tend to watch Match Day these days. I tend to go on YouTube highlights. It's just a far quicker process for me. Um, Far quicker thing for me. It doesn't require them to wait till 10:30 at night and then watch 15-minute highlight shows. You can just watch it in 3-4 minutes. Um, I will say actually depends where you are because I don't actually mind 15-minute highlights, but not a 10:30 at night. But if you are watching these Premier League in America, for example, NBC Sports do a great highlights package. They have a 15-minute package. Doesn't give away the score as well, which Premier League on YouTube, Sky Sports Premier League is guilty of telling you who wins. So if you're trying to avoid results, you can, go on those highlight shows and find this. So if you are listening in America or watching in America, by all means, definitely check that out because it's a really good way of watching it. But Arsenal now have got the ball and they lost it. Villa again have just been careless in the middle of the park here. It's really sloppy from times. And this obviously, I know they lost 8-0 to Newcastle early this year, or 5-0, 5-1, whatever it was, and showing their defensive at times they've been a bit careless at the back, and we can see why here. But Arsenal, then they're not going to give up without a fight, and I think that's one thing we need to be aware of because Arsenal have won games late in recent times, and then they'll have the confidence now, like we did when he first started doing it under Klopp, to know that we can beat anyone, no matter how far we're down, because we can get these last-minute winners. But they're going to want to try and get something going here because they have been poor. I don't think either team's really been great. The chance of forming actually speak is Havertz, and you think the keeper in the end just cleared away by Carlos, almost off the line. He managed to dink Martes, and Jesus, wonderful turn from him, and almost found the equaliser. It was just I was saying that they weren't playing well. They go and do that. Brilliant work from Havertz, I think it was, or was it Martinez, to try and dink the keeper, but in the end, it was great defending. But Villa have the ball back. They're going to try and hold on. But again, it's a really disappointing ball there from Villa. And they keep having these. I think they've got to be careful of this because whether it's this game or next game, they can't keep affording these really careless passes. They really can't afford it. Just going to take off my jumper because it's absolutely roasting in my room. Oh goodness, that's ridiculously warm. I don't know why it's so warm because it's been so cold all day in my house, at my brother's house, out and about in Wales today. So I don't know why now it's suddenly decided to be really warm because my radiator's on, but it's not exactly that hot. I'm not burning my hand off by touching it. And it was Martinez, not Havertz, that had that chance. I've just seen that. But yes, really, this game needs to bring it to life because right now it is just really struggling to find any sort of meats to the game. It will be a free kick here to Villa. Just going to try and play around here. Really struggling to have ideas to talk about because it really has been a disappointing game so far, really. And throw-in is here, and it is to Ben White. And Connor's within the ball now, and Montez won it back in. Now the chance here forming for Arsenal is Kai Havertz. He's got men in the box. He's got Jesus. He's got Odegaard. Great effort, and it's a great save from Martinez. It was a really nice move from Arsenal there. Everyone getting involved, and it was almost the perfect team goal, but Martinez is there to save it. Havertz picked the ball up, and he crossed it in. Jesus took one touch, played it off to Odegaard, and in the end saved. And it's a great chance that's fallen to Arsenal there, but Odegaard in the end just couldn't get it just slightly to the left, and in the end Martinez saved it. With a good save, but it wasn't the hardest save in the world to make. So they were battling with Watkins there, and Villa have won a throw in here, and it's near the Arsenal corner flag. So they've managed to straight away move from one end to the other. Villa, fair play to them, and I think that Arsenal will be careful here not to concede the second goal the way it's going at the moment. Throw and taken here, 1-2, and it's crossed in again, but cleared away by Gabriel. But they haven't cleared it properly, and it's now back with Aston Villa again. Here's Pau Torres. Ball there. Let's find Leon Bailey. Might look like might be a handball, but in the end doesn't matter because Arsenal will clear it, and a real take one for a team foul there. Not given. No foul deemed there, and here comes chance for forming again. Ollie Watkins, saved by Raya, who makes a save at the most important time he could do, not long before half time. But potentially the flag might be up anyway at this stage. Yeah, it looks like it's up. But nevertheless, Raya with a fantastic save. Great move there. Watkins his arm was offside. I don't know about his legs, but his arm was offside. But in the end, Raya made himself look big, and he made a brilliant stop there. At the end of the day, even though things were deemed offside, you want your keeper to still make the saves and show you can make important saves when needed. So, yeah, that'll do Raya a whole lot of confidence. But Villa on the ball again here. It's with Douglas Luiz. He's found McGinn and makes a really good ball there all the way towards Leon Bailey on the right-hand side. Another step over, like with the goal earlier. He's taking too long. He tried to find Douglas Luiz, but Arsenal intercept. I believe it was Havertz. His ball, trying to find Martinelli, in the end was not enough, and Villa will get the ball back to themselves, and they will have the ball again. But there's a referee. Looks like he's talking to someone. Now I don't know how long plays back on again. But the referee looked like he's speaking to someone now. I don't know what about. It might have just been where the ball to be kicked off from. I don't know, but either way, it's potentially I thought it could be VAR then, but I can't even think what that even would be for. Oh, a chance there fell to Arsenal. Martinez forced a save again, and he high fives Digne. But so the long ball there fell towards, I believe it was Jesus, who took a touch and cut inside and took a shot with his right foot, and in the end, he's forced Martinez to save it. And it's actually, looking at the replay, a very good save indeed. And there's a player down here for Arsenal. I think it is Jesus, actually, speaking of the devil. And I don't know what's happening there. He is a bit injured. Corner and headed away, and I don't know who got last touch that. It was a corner from Saka, and I think Watkins got the touch. So another corner to Arsenal here. Another corner to Arsenal. Saka is a man to take it once again. Jesus is still hobbling here. I don't know how long he'll be on the pitch for. He may need to be looked at. Might just be cramp, I don't know, but been hobbling for a long time now. Saka with the corner anyway, and it's easy enough for Martinez, and he will go down and save. But he looks himself in pain looking at that. Now I'm looking at the showing over here of Declan Rice. Didn't have his pull shirt there by Pau Torres, and now we often see these pulling the shirt things incidents in games often get overlooked, um, and it's like another one of those because no VAR now at all, and it just annoys me that these things happen and people don't get away with it. But I think it's a very hard thing to really do, but I do feel like that should be something that referees clamp on more when it comes to these games because we're seeing a lot of times these things happen, and very rarely do people get pulled up on it. McGinn's on the ball as we speak in the box, and it's crossed in to find Watkins, but cleared away there. I think it was Saliba who got the touch, but it's back with Villa, and Tielmans will find Pau Torres, and he plays the ball out here and they try to find Digna, but it was good anticipation from Ben White who denied the fullback getting in through on goal there. Oh, really, really poor ball there from Saliba. He's caused a corner. I don't know what he's even thinking then. He's apologising straight away and he apologised immediately after making a mistake. Arsenal playing one from the back. Saliba trying to find Gabriel, but it's a way too heavy ball and out for a corner. And Villa will want to make the most of it. They want to try and capitalise on this because it's very rare you get the opportunity to have a corner from something like that. I believe it'll be Bailey once again take the corner. Can't see him in the box. Looks like him taking the corner. He has taken every corner so far. Can we see a goal from Villa towards the end of the first half to double their lead? Then Bailey, hands in the air, crossed it in, and knocked away. Douglas Luiz did get touched, but Arsenal cleared, but they've got the ball back. Pau Torres crossed it in here. Oh, and it's found Jesus, but he got the touch to need it and try and move away on his counter attack. But dangerous ball there from Torres and almost caused problems for Arsenal. But they've managed to, I think, for now, clear the danger. And they've won a free kick. They've won a free kick. Foul from Concept. And it will be a free kick to Arsenal. Havertz Mane what fouled. And there will be a free kick to Arsenal with 2 minutes given on at a time. We already had one of those 2 minutes already determined. And yeah, can Arsenal get a chance for Arsenal? They've got a chance here as we speak. The chance here is to Kai Havertz, who's taken a touch, a heavy touch at that. Has a chance, and I can't work out whether he shot or crossed that, but either way, it was poor. And it was Martinelli, not Havertz. Apologies, Havertz. I've twice I've misplaced you for Martinelli. A good chance there. A great ball from Zinchenko, I'm guessing. And from Martinelli, who took a really unfortunate touch and he tried to cross it in. In the end, it was just a poor ball into the box. Really was poor. And yeah, it looks like it's going to be the end of the first half. Looks like it's going to be, you know, that is it. And I think that, to be honest with you, I think that as has been a test episode, I think I will just leave it as this for half time. I will just do just a first half only watch along. But if you did like it, I would like to know what you guys thought of it. Obviously, I'll look to make improvements, but I just thought I'd test it out for the first half and see, see what I can do and see where it works. But I think right now it just needs to be mastered and sort of dealt with before going on to the next one. I need to look into it more, I think. But I've enjoyed doing it. And I've enjoyed having a little bit go at it, and I want to do it again for the following week. So I'm looking forward to bringing you that. And yeah, looking forward to doing more of these. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I think when halftime ends, that will be it for me. And we'll look forward to seeing you for more content in the future. And Arsenal may have one more chance here. And the Villa got the ball back here. And in the end, looks like referee has played for half time, which he has. It will be half time. It is 1-0 to Aston Villa. John McGinn's the only goal of the game so far. Arsenal had a couple of chances, but no real clear cut chances. A couple of saves from Martinez for Saka efforts, but it's not been a great game. But either way, it's been a game of a lot of possession-based football, not really much chances. But either way, Villa will be happy with 2 right now. They're going into the half 1-0 up, and as it stands, Arsenal miss out the chance of getting back on top of the table. But yeah, that has been our pilot episode of our live stream episodes. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll look forward to bringing you another one for our next game. See ya.